Welcome to my channel. This is Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Craft. Today I'm going to teach you this cute little amigurumi kitty cat right here, all in purple, perfect for Halloween and also great for craft fairs. It's a quick little make, all done in super bulky chenille yarn, and I'll show you all the details. Universal Yarn is sponsoring this video and they also sent me additional yarn. So let me show you what they sent me and then we get started on this adorable little pattern. Let's go! Universal Yarn sent me some yarn to test out and I'm really excited for all of them, and I'm going to show you what they sent me. We're going to use one of their yarns to make this little cute kitty cat together so that you can make yourself one at home as well. Let's look inside this box and see what I got. The first thing I got was a really cute tote bag, perfect to put all the yarns inside. They also sent me this cute little pouch. I love that it's clear and see-through. They gave me a sticker and of course a measuring tape. We can never have enough measuring tape, so thank you for that. They sent me this Cotton Supreme yarn, which I absolutely love. It is super duper soft. I'm very impressed with this yarn. This is 100% cotton yarn. They also sent me some Cotton Supreme Waves yarn. This one is also 100% cotton yarn and it's a variegated yarn, so it's absolutely beautiful and perfect for washcloths and anything else. They also sent me some clean cotton yarn, which I'm very impressed with. This one is 100% recycled fibers and it says it is 85% recycled cotton and 15% recycled polyester. I love it. It's actually very nice. I didn't expect recycled yarn to feel this great, so very happy with that one. We'll see what I can turn this little goodie into something else. Furthermore, they sent me this Fashion Cotton Light and Long Tweed DK yarn. It's 50 grams and it's 47% cotton and 43% acrylic yarn. You guys, this is beyond soft. I am so happy with this one. I have to see what I can turn this one into. Oh, this is heaven. I am so in love with this one. We'll see what I'm going to do with this one. Ooh, I'm so excited. Another yarn they sent me, this is this Creative Fluffily DK yarn. I am in love with it. It is 150 grams. It is 40% cotton, 30% polyester, 20% acrylic, and 10% wool. You guys, this is so soft and snuggly. I mean, do you see the fuzz coming off of it? It is so cozy. Oh, I'm so happy with this one. Ooh, I can see a lot of maybe like hats or scarves. We'll see what I make with this one. Ooh, I'm excited. They also sent me some Uptown worsted yarn. This is anti-pilling yarn. I love this one. It is really soft. I'm very impressed how soft it is. And it is 100% anti-pilling acrylic yarn. This is a worsted yarn, so yay, yay, yay. I love using worsted yarn, so that's definitely perfect for this. And a black version of this is actually perfect for the little cat, so make sure you grab some Uptown worsted yarn for this so you can make the face for the little kitty cat. And this yarn is called Bella Chenille, and I am really excited because we're going to use this yarn to make this little kitty cat together. This one is a super bulky yarn in the color Sweet Lilac. Ooh, this is soft. So if you've ever tried some chenille yarn, you should definitely give this one a try because you're going to love it. Oh, it is soft. Let's see how it works up together to make this cute kitty cat. Remember, all the links for all the different types of yarns you will find down below. I am so grateful for Universal Yarn to have sponsored this video and for me to be able to make this pattern with their amazing yarn. So please check out my affiliate link down below to check out all the yarns that you see right here, so you can also make the little cute cat the way I do. I'm also going to use a 6mm crochet hook. You're also going to need some polyfill and a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and of course also some plastic eyes unless you want to use something else. I'm going to use these 12mm plastic safety eyes for this cute cat. It comes of course with the backing, so make sure you have those available as well. Be sure to check out the link down below because the free pattern is available on our website. So that way you can follow along with the video and having the written instructions at the same time. There are a few different options to get this pattern. You can get it free to view on our website. You can also get it on Ravelry, Etsy as a PDF that is ad-free and printer friendly. You can also get it in the Crochet Club, our membership that includes over 400 ad-free patterns, weekly live tutorials, and twice a month monthly get-togethers, and so much more. So go check out the link down below so you can follow along with this pattern. We're going to start with the big ball, which is the head and body of the cat, and we're going to start with the Bella Chenille Yarn, of course, and our 6mm hook. So start with a magic ring, insert your hook, pull the yarn through, adjust your yarn on your hand, and insert your finger, which is for me my ring finger, into the magic ring, hold everything in place, and make a chain of 1. That chain of 1 does not count as a stitch, it's just going to hold your magic ring in place so nothing comes undone. Now you're going to add 6 single crochets to the ring. Once you're done, you're going to pull your yarn end. Be gentle though, this is chenille yarn. If you pull too tight, it might rip. We're now going in the next round. Make sure you have a stitch marker ready. So either use a regular stitch marker or use your yarn end. I'm going to start with my yarn end for a little bit until I transition over to my stitch marker. So what I do is I simply lay it around here after my last stitch was made, going into the next round. We're now going into round 2, and round 2 is going to be 2 single crochets per stitch. If you can't see your stitches, make sure you kind of feel them a little bit. Chenille yarn can be very fluffy, although a good thing in this case, but it can be hard to see your stitches. So make sure that you feel your stitches if you don't see them. Once you've finished the round, remove your stitch marker and move it up. So you now finished round 2 with 12 stitches by the end of the round. You're going into round 3, and in round 3 you're going to start with 1 single crochet in the first stitch and 2 single crochets in the following stitch. Now repeat that. 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets. Do this all the way around and you will end up with 18 stitches by the end of the round. You're now going to move up your stitch marker again. We're going into round 4, which is our last round of increases. You're going to crochet 1 single crochet into 2 stitches, so 1 each, and then the following one is going to be an increase, so 2 single crochets. Now repeat that. So 1 single crochet into 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Do this all the way until the end and you will end up with 24 stitches by the end of the round. We're now transitioning into the non-increasing rounds. So in the next round and the following 4 rounds, which means 5 rounds in total, you're going to crochet just 1 single crochet per stitch. So 5 rounds of 1 single crochet per stitch. Once you're done, it's going to look like this. We're going to add the eyes now. Take your plastic eyes and count the amount of rounds that you see. So you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Between the 5th and the 6th round, you're going to add one of the eyes wherever you like. You're going to take your backing and you're going to add it onto it. Now you're going to count 2 stitches over. You can totally do less or more if you like. You're going to place your second eye such that you can see about 2 stitches in between. So about here. So you see there's 2 stitches here. It could be about 3 down here, but that's totally fine. So it's going to look like this. Once you're done with that, now let's go into the decreasing rounds. Move up your stitch marker and crochet 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then do a decrease. I like to do the invisible single crochet decrease, so let me show you how I do that. I go through the front loops of 2 stitches, so here's 1 and here's the second. It looks like this, so it's just the front loops, ignore the back loops. Yarn over and pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through. That's a decrease over 2 stitches. Now we're going to repeat that. 1 single crochet in 2 stitches, and a decrease. Again, I like to do the invisible single crochet decrease by going through the front loops of 2 stitches, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over, pull through. Now go ahead and finish the round and you will end up with 18 stitches by the end of the round. Move up your stitch marker and let's go into the next round. You're going to crochet 1 single crochet and then a decrease. Again, I like to do the invisible single crochet decrease by going through the front loops of 2 stitches, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through. Now let's repeat that. So 1 single crochet and a decrease, and do this until the end of the round. You will end up with 12 stitches by the end of the round. At this stage, we're going to start adding polyfill to our little ball. So I moved my stitch marker to the side. I'm going to start using this one if I need to. So we're going to start stuffing. Make sure you don't have any chunks in your polyfill. You can kind of fluff it up a little bit before you start adding it. Make sure not to overstuff it, but you do want a good amount in here. We're now going to do our very last round of decreases. So feel free to use a stitch marker if you need to, but we're just going to go decreases all the way around. So every stitch is going to be a decrease, and therefore you're going to end up with 6 stitches at the end. So I'm just going to make decreases. Again, I like to use the invisible single crochet decrease because it's cleaner and you can't really see that there was a decrease. So count how many you need to do. It should be 6 of them. So if you're not using a stitch marker, count your stitches. At this stage, you can add a little bit more polyfill if you like. You're now going to cut your yarn. You won't need too much. And you're going to pull out your yarn right here and add it onto your needle. And we're now going to go through the front loops all the way around of all the last 6 stitches. So simply go through the front loops like so and weave all the way through. Try pulling while you do it because it is chenille yarn. You can't really do that at the end so much. Otherwise you may rip it. Then pull a little bit until the hole is closed. Now you're just going to weave in your yarn. See if you can add somewhere a knot, but make it invisible if you can. And the way I like to weave in my yarn is by going through the polyfill and going back in where it came from. So that way the polyfill is kind of holding everything in place, but you're not pulling anything inward. So always go back in where you came from. You're now done with the head and the body, but we now need to add some ears, some legs, and a tail, and of course the face itself. So let's do it. Let's start with the ears. Start with a magic ring again and add a chain of 1. Add 4 single crochets to your ring. Pull your yarn. Be sure to be gentle so that you can close it. If you ever have trouble with the magic ring using chenille yarn, you can always do the alternative magic ring by making a chain of 2. The second chain is the chain of 1 that we made here. And you're going to place all the stitches into the very first stitch or chain that you made. And that way you have an alternative version. You don't have to deal with the magic ring. Use your stitch marker and go into the next round. You're going to crochet 1 single crochet in the very first stitch, and 2 single crochets in a second, and now you're going to repeat that one more time. There's 4 stitches, so we have 1 more stitch here. That is 1 single crochet, and then the last stitch is going to be 2 single crochets. So we're increasing the round by 2 stitches, so that means now we have 6 stitches. Move up your stitch marker. In the next round, you're going to crochet 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and in a second stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the following stitch. Now repeat that. 1 single crochet in 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the last stitch. Move up your stitch marker. Now one more round. 1 single crochet in 3 stitches, then 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and repeat that one more time. So 1 single crochet in 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the last stitch. Now you have one done, make a second one. Let's sew these on. I stuffed my yarn end on the inside, so think of that like as polyfill. You don't have to stuff them further unless you absolutely want to. Now I'm going to use some pins. I highly recommend getting some U pins for yourself because it can really help stabilize your crochet project as you are sewing it on. So that way you can kind of maneuver it around and see what works best for you, whether you want your ears to be a little higher or lower. I want to have about 2 rounds here in the center that are open. I might move it up just a hint, but it's roughly going to be like this. So you can see there's 2 rounds in the center and then the ears are right next to it. Now I'm just going to sew them on. To sew it on, I'm just going to use my needle and I'm simply going up and down and sew on my ear to my ball or the body of the cat. Make sure your stitches are close so that way it's not going to be so visible that you sewed it on. And it's going to look like this when you sew it on. Now go ahead and do that for both ears. Once you're done, it's going to look like this. Now let's work on the legs. Start again with a magic ring or an alternative magic ring. Make a chain of 1 and add 7 single crochets to the ring. Then close the ring. Use a stitch marker. Now you're going to crochet 2 rounds of just single crochet stitches. So 1 single crochet per stitch. Once you're done, it's going to look like this and you'll have 1 leg done. Make a slip knot and add your yarn ends to the center so that way you don't have to stuff it. And let's make 3 more. And then you're going to have 4, and make sure that on the last one you have some yarn end left over so that you can sew all of them on. So let's do that. You're going to take the bottom, of course, of your little cat, and what you're going to do is you're going to look at this circle here on the bottom, right? That's where we closed it up. So you're going to literally align your feet all the way around, and I like to use my U hooks here for that. I'll literally align them on the bottom around the little circle. So you can see that circle right here. So I'm going to align it so they're right around it. Like so. You can see that circle is in the center. You're now going to just sew them all on just like you did with the ears. Then it's going to look like this. Now we're going to work on the tail. Make a magic ring, add a chain of 1, and add 4 single crochets to the ring. Now close up the ring, and now crochet 13 rounds in total of just single crochet stitches. So 1 stitch per stitch. It may look a little tight here in the beginning, but once you get a few rounds in, it'll be easier. Make sure you stuff it in with your finger a little bit, so you're now going in circles. And then it's going to look like this. You can take some wire, and I just used Flora wire and bend it a few times so it's a little bit thicker, and you can optionally put it inside here like so, okay, and then take this last piece right here and tuck it inside the little cat from the back, wherever you want your tail to be. So you can just stuff it in there. Again, this is optionally, so that way you can bend your tail, but if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can just sew on part of it here directly on the body, so that way it stands up, but it may not stand up on its own unless you put something inside. It could be even foam, whatever you want to put inside to make it stand up a little bit. That works great. I like to use some wire because that way I can bend it. But again, it's up to you. So once you have that done and you added something inside, whatever you prefer, or leave it as is, you're just going to sew it on here on the bottom, right between the legs, the back legs, so it's straight up. Now it's time to add the face once you finished your tail, and that's the very last piece to turn this cute little ball into a cat. So let's do it. So I'm going to use some anti-pilling black yarn. As I said, I do recommend Universal's Uptown anti-pilling yarn for this. You're going to take the yarn and go from the bottom and come out right in the center of this area right here. So you see there's these 3 stitches, well, almost 3.5 stitches right here. You're going to come out right in the center right here. So push your needle in a way that it comes out right there in the center. So you're now going to make the nose. So I recommend like a little triangle. So what you want to do is you come back every time to the same spot. So kind of go in and out until you have your little triangle done. Make sure you go wide enough that it looks like a triangle and not just a little blob. Once you have your triangle, you're going to go down one line and we make like a little bit of a C shape on either side of them. So the best way to do that is in running stitches. So you can kind of go in and out, and feel free to add some pins like so, and just play around with it until you're happy. And then all you have to do is come out exactly where your pins are and kind of go around them if you like, and always come back out where the next pin is until you have everything done. And once you're satisfied, you're going to pin down where you want your whiskers to be. And then you just take your needle and get to the point where you need to go, just like you've done with the face. And I'm going to come out right here where that needle is. And I'm going to make my lines like this. And every time come back out where a needle is placed. Then do this for both sides. And then when you're happy with everything the way it looks, and mine looks adorable, you come back out here on the bottom and you're going to tie it up and tuck in your ends. And then you're done with a cute little amigurumi kitty cat that is a ball, that is purple, that is perfect for Halloween. It's a wonderful, quick little project, even for craft fairs, if you do any of them. And I do recommend checking out Universal's Bella Chenille Yarn because it's amazing to work with. It's super cuddly. It comes in many different colors, so it's definitely worth checking it out. Now, are you going to make a cute little cat like this? I absolutely love this little guy. How cute is this little guy? Now remember to check out all the links down below. Universal Yarn is sponsoring this video, so let's show them some love. All the different types of yarns that I showed in this video are linked down below as an affiliate link. I have the link for the pattern right there as well, so you can view it on our website, on Ravelry, Etsy as a PDF, or join the Crochet Club to get it ad-free and additional patterns as well. I'm so glad you watched till the end. Thank you so much. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know which colors are you going to pick to make this little cat, and what are you going to name your cat? I would love to know. Leave some name suggestions down below. What should we name this little guy? Be sure also to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a video or go live. This cat will thank you. Until then, bye-bye.